Hey guys, I'm Jameson with Rogue Engineer, and today we're going to be building a small parts organizer. I've got these blue bins for things that I need on a daily basis, and then I've got all these small parts organizers from Husky that are going to be perfect for storing screws and all kinds of nuts and bolts and washers and all that stuff. So let's get started with the build. All right, so since my shop is under construction, we're gonna be working outside in the driveway today. And we're gonna start by pulling out the table saw and breaking down some plywood for the box. Now the box is gonna be 12 inches deep by 18 inches wide and about 42 inches tall. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna give us enough room for 6 of those small parts organizers from Husky, as well as 2 rows of 3 of those blue bins that I can easily access and use on a regular basis. I'm also gonna leave 2 inches at the top just for a nice little shelf. If I wanna pull out one of those small parts organizers and set it on top, I can do so and not have to worry about it falling off. Okay, so I also cut down some 1/4-inch dividers. I made those a little bit oversized as far as the width of that shelf or the height of that divider. As far as that goes, I made them a little bit bigger so that they will fit into the dados, which is now what I'm gonna cut. So now I'm gonna swap out the blade that I have on the table saw with a flat bottom blade. This is from my dado set, and the thickness of this blade actually matches the thickness of this 1/4-inch plywood. It's just slightly under a 1/4 inch. So I don't have to stack them up. I'm just gonna swap out the single blade for that, and then we'll start cutting the dados in the 3/4 inch material. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm laying out where each one of my 1/4 inch dividers are gonna go for the small parts organizers. Now, if all of that information I'm gonna be posting on the website, including like diagrams and dimensions and all that stuff. So if you want that, make sure you click the link in the description and that will take you directly over to the website where you get all that information for free. All right, so as far as the assembly goes of this box, we're gonna be using pocket hole joinery. And if you're not familiar with that, basically you drill a hole on an angle. That way you can secure one piece of wood to another using a wood screw. Today we're gonna be using the Craig K5, which is an excellent pocket hole jig. And as a matter of fact, it's my go-to pocket hole jig. It can adjust for thicknesses, as well as it's got these wings that can support your workpiece. So we're gonna be drilling 2 pocket holes in each of the shelves as well as the top and bottom piece, and then we'll assemble that unit in order. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start by mounting the top first, since the pocket holes are in the bottom. Nope, that's the bottom piece. Top's around here somewhere. There it is. Okay, so the top has the dados cut in the bottom for the dividers as well as the back. We are going to put it on like so, attach it with pocket holes, and then move on to those shelves. All right, so I'm gonna come down 6 inches. We need 6 inches of space in between each shelf, so I'm gonna mark 6 inches. I'm gonna use my framing square to give me that straight line all the way across, and then I'll attach the next shelf. All right, so the thing you'll notice about this shelf is, like I said in the beginning, it is 11 inches versus 12 inches, and that is so that the back will be able to flow through. So we're gonna be referencing this with the front of the unit and not the back. And same thing with the second shelf. Gonna give us 6 inches of space here, use the framing square to mark a straight line, and then we can attach that one. Now, the one thing you'll notice is that I'm not using wood glue. The things that I plan on putting on this shelf are not going to be all that heavy. If you do end up putting a bunch of weight on this shelf, you're probably going to want to beef up that joint with a little bit of wood glue. All right, so before attaching the bottom, I'm going to be attaching the other side. And that way I can slide the back in and then attach the bottom at the end. So we're going to just be making sure that everything lines up with this side and then screwing in those pocket holes from inside to this side. All right, so now I'll take the 1/4 inch backer that I cut down for the backing and then slide it into this groove. Which ended up fitting pretty good. We'll check our bottom piece, and if we need to take a little bit off the length of this, we will head back to the table saw and do so. Otherwise, we'll just attach that bottom piece with 1 1/4 inch pocket screws. Okay, so since the top of this is going to be used as a shelf, I really don't like these pointed edges up front, so I'm just going to take an aerosol can so I can get a nice consistent radius, and I'm going to round over each one of these top corners with a jigsaw. All right, so I'll definitely be labeling all of these units based on what's inside and the contents, just so it's easier to find those. But these are actually the Husky small parts organizers, and they were given to me by Home Depot. It's a part of the My Perspective tool review program, where I review tools like this, or not tools necessarily, but shop organizational things and tools and all that stuff from Home Depot. This is available at Home Depot, and those reviews can all be found on my website. You can check that out. I'll be posting a link in the description. So the other cool thing is that if I have multiple units and I need to travel with those, I can simply latch them on the side together, pick them up with one handle and go. Okay, so the build is done, and I actually really love how this unit turned out. All these blue bins I can see into as I walk up on them, pull them out, have access to them. The shelf height is really good with these small parts organizers from Husky. I can set those up on top and then get into those as I need. Honestly, I was initially thinking about hanging this unit on the wall using a French cleat system. That's why I left the extra 3/4 on the back here, so that I can install that French cleat on the back. However, I kind of like where it is. The height, like I said, is at a good height for a counter, and being able to look into those units. I may add some casters just to make it portable and be able to roll it around the shop as well. But overall, I'm really happy with the unit. But hold up a second, before you leave, make sure you check out this video up here. YouTube thinks you'll like it, and I do too. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that button right there, and that'll make sure that you don't miss out on any future project videos. But if you want the full plans on how to build this unit, I'm gonna have all the dimensions and diagrams right here in this button, and you can hit that. That'll take you right to the website. Until next time, be safe and happy building.